Dear students, today we will discuss about force. So we will discuss few actions. These actions you are generally taking in your daily life, and then we will try to categorize and discuss those actions that what is the force then. So now we'll see that when we have to take a book from the bag, then we have to pull the book from the bag. If I have to take this book from the bag, then I will pull this book. If I have to take another book, then I have to again pull this book to take it from the bag. If suppose I have to put it back into the bag, then I have to push it. Just see, I have to push it. I have to keep this book in the bag, then I have to push the book. Similarly, if I have to put this book in the bag, then I have to push the book. And after closing of the school, I have to take my bag from my seat, then I lift it up. After closing the school, if I have to take this bag from my seat, then I have to lift it up. So, to take this book from the bag, I have to pull. So when you have to take the book from the bag, you have to pull the book, and when you have to put this book in the bag again, then I have to push it back. So pull, push and lift. I think they are clear. If I have to take the fruit to eat, then I have to pick the fruit from the table. I have to lift the fruit from the table. If I have to take a fruit from the table, then I have to lift it up and then eat it. I have to lift the fruit and then eat it. नहीं बस हाँ तुम भी खींचो हाँ गुड वेरी गुड। अभी देखिए दोनों बच्चे फोर्स लगा रहे हैं, वो किधर जा रहा है, उधर क्या छोड़ रहा है। गुड, नहीं धम नहीं उठाना नहीं है। फिर से एक बार फिर से देखो, इधर फिर से लगा के देखो आराम से। उठाना नहीं है। अच्छा एक बार आप नहीं अच्छा आप साइकिल को थोड़ा उठा के दिखाना। उठा एक मिनट, ज़्यादा नहीं, इतना बस इतना नहीं। और नीचे हाँ एक बार फिर उधर से जाके उठाना बेटा, उधर से नहीं स्किड नहीं मारना। अभी थोड़ा सा खाली एक बार उठा के दिखाना था, एक बार चला के दिखाना था ऐसे। अच्छा आज हल्का सा हाथ से धक्का दे के चला। हाँ ये गुड। और पीछे के लिए देखो, आप पीछे के लिए चलाना क्या कर रहे हो आप? जब पीछे ले जा रहे हो तो क्या खींच रहे हो कि धक्का दे रहे हो? करके दिखाओ। ये खींच रहे हो। ये क्या किया आपने? धक्का दिया। साइकिल पे क्या दे रहे हो? धक्का दे के दो। हाँ अब इसको खींच के दिखाओ, पीछे खींचो। हाँ अब की बार क्या हो रहा है? खींच रहे हैं आप। तो ये क्या हो रहा है? आप पढ़ते हो कौन सी क्लास में? हाँ तो 7 में बड़े साइंस का है ये। बल समझते हो? बल फोर्स साइंस विज्ञान हिंदी में कि इंग्लिश में? हिंदी में। तो हिंदी में बेटा बल बोलते हैं। जो तो इस पर लगा रहा है ना ऐसे धक्का। फिर से लगाओ, एक बार धक्का लगाओ। हाँ तो ये बल लग रहा है किधर के लिए? आगे के लिए। तो इसको बोलते हैं धक्का। और जब इसको हम क्या करते हैं? पीछे की तरफ कर ले जाओ, इधर पीछे की तरफ। ये पीछे की तरफ क्या खींचना है ना। और अगर इसको उठा के दिखाओ, उठा के, तो ये उठाना हो गया। तो ये तीनों काम किससे हुए हमारे? बल लगा के हुए। चलेगी, उसको आगे चलाया तो भी बल लगाया, पीछे ले गए तो भी बल लगाया, और उठाया तो भी बल लगाया। अब इसी चीज़ को आप धक्का जो लगा रहे हो ना, हाथ से लगा रहे थे, अब पाँव से भी लगा के देखो चल जाएगी। तो आप पाँव से पैडल से लगाओ, ये अब ये पैडल लगा के चलाओ ना, तो ये चल गया फोर्स। वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। लगाओ बेटा, जोर से लगाओ धक्का। तो धक्का लगाने से खिसक रही है बॉल? बताओ खिसकी कि नहीं खिसकी? नहीं खिसकी। तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? बल लगाने से हर चीज़ क्या नहीं हो सकती? चल नहीं सकती। साइकिल पे धक्का लगाया था तो क्या हुआ था? वो चल पड़ी थी, साइकिल तो चली गई थी, है ना। बेटा इस बार साइकिल पे देखिए, पाँव से पुश कर रहा है, वो पैडल मार रहे हैं। पुश भी करता है और पुल भी करता है। एक पाँव से पैडल को पुश करते हैं, दूसरे पाँव से पुल करते हैं, तो साइकिल आगे बढ़ जाती है। ये देखिए, वो पुश भी कर रहा है, पुल भी कर रहा है। और देखिए ये एक, टू ओपन द डोर फ्रॉम इनसाइड वी हैव टू पुल द डोर लाइक दिस, and to close the door from inside we have to push the door. To open the door, pull, and to close the door, push. Pull to open the door and push to close the door. To open the door, pull, and to close the door, push. To open the door, we have to pull the door. To close the door, we have to push the door. To open the fridge, we have to pull, and to close the fridge, we have to just push. To open the fridge, pull, and to close the fridge just push. First of all, when you are taking the book from your bag, so this taking of your book from the bag, what kind of action is that? That means, are you using some force in this case? So what you are doing while you are taking the book from the bag? So is it pull, or it is push, or it is lift? Just say what you are doing when you are taking your book from the bag. So you are pushing it, you are lifting it, or you are pulling it. So the action is pull. The second, you can say, when you are putting your notebook in the bag, so at that time, what kind of action is there? Is it again pull, or is push, or if it is lift? Think over it. You are putting the notebook into the bag. Here you are taking the book out of the bag. So here the action was pulling the book, and here you are pushing the notebook. So that is push. Now, if you take a mug while you are taking the bath, or you are taking some water from a bucket with the help of the mug, so taking the or a mug of water from the bucket. So what kind of action is this again? Is it pull? Is it push? Or what is it? It's pull, push or lift. So while you are taking the mug of water or jug of water from the bucket, you are pushing, pulling or lifting. So that time you are lifting or you are pulling it out of the bucket, but you are lifting it. It is not simply like this and this. So that way you can have it lift. Next you can have closing of the door. Closing of the door. So you are closing the door. So what you do? Closing the door is you are, yes, pull, push or lift. So while you are closing the door, what do? You just give a push to the door and the door gets closed. Now if you have to open the door, then what will happen? Opening the door, you have to, if you are inside the room, then how will you open the door? Then you have to pull the door. So that time this is the pull. So it is pull. But if you are outside the room, then that time to open the door you have to push. So this is opening the door. You are within from inside, and closing the door from inside. If you are outside, then to close the door you have to pull the door, and if you are outside, then to open the door you have to push the door. Now if you are sitting at some place in the room and you want to shift your position, that means if you want to shift a stool from one place to another in the room, so what kind of action is there? Is it pull? Is it push? Or it is lift? You are sitting here and now you are going to shift your position. So taking your chair or the stool, then what action will be there? The action is, yes, it is lift. You lift the chair and then put it to the next place or some other place or some other position, and then you, yes, you can also have with the push or pull also, but it is rare. It is in the case of the table. If you have to shift the table, then you justly pull it or just push it, then the position of the table is shifted. But as far as the chair or stool is concerned, generally we lift it and place at the second other place. But in case of the table or a big sofa, we generally push it or pull it. Next, you can have closing of the refrigerator door. Closing the door of refrigerator. So for that, what do? Or what the mama does? She just gives a gentle push and the door itself gets closed. So that time it's push while opening the refrigerator drawer, then that time C pulls, or you have to pull. If you want to drink cold water from the fridge, then you have to pull the drawer, not the push. Or you will lift. Definitely you have to pull the drawer to open the refrigerator drawer. Now, do you play the cricket? Yes, okay, very good. So when you throw the ball, so what you are doing in that case with the ball? You are pulling the ball or pushing the ball. So you are throwing means you are pushing the ball. Throwing the ball while playing cricket. Similarly, when you flick the ball in the hockey, so what do? You push it or you just pull it. So while you flicking the ball with the sticks, you push the ball, and taking the penalty stroke, again, whether it is the football game or your hockey, you just kick the ball means you are pushing the ball. So all these activities I will show with the help of activities. So I think, and one more thing, during your childhood, or now you can see, or sometime you might have seen a baby or a child pulling the double duck toy with the string. That double duck toy is generally two blocks like this, and is a string attached with it. So what happens? The child applies some force. That means what action is there by the child? Is it pull or push or lift? Then in moving a double duck toy with string by a child. So what is that? It's push or it's pull. Because it's a string, so it cannot be push. It is only pull. The child pulls it and the double duck goes with making some sound. Then it is push. So now we can see that the force can be either pull or push or lift. Means you are applying the force as a form of, in the form of pull, in the form of push, or in the form of lifting a body. Sometime you can have lowering the body also, but these three are very, very clear. You can, the force may be pull, the force may be push.
Okay.